Okay, one thing that you'll be judged very harshly for on tile work is if your floor or your walls or anything is out of square, meaning crooked. So you want to take extra time to make sure that before you start tiling a floor, it's straight with the room. In this case, here's a shower curb. They're normally they should be square if you built the shower correctly. Toe kicks are usually always pretty square on cabinetry. So one of the things that I like to do is I've made a line here at 16 inches off of my curb, just only as a reference line, so that when I measure off of other things, I can refer back to that line to make sure that when I get over to this area, I'm running straight with my curb. In this case, I've drawn that reference line. I've also placed a metal straight edge on the toe kick, and then use a framing square off of that. I like to use a lot of straight edges when I'm laying out. And then I have this long level here. This is my reference line off the curb. I've already predetermined my starting points ahead of time. I've already got those on the floor. But now I can also check my center line that I've drawn. I'll burn an inch there. We got 14. Flip over here, burn an inch, 14. So now I know that this line is straight off my curb, and now I also know that my center line that I'm going to be tiling off of is also parallel with that line, on the money. Then I can also come over here. I've got this line marked at 1 foot off the toe kick and 1 foot. And I can also pull my framing square from here. If I really want to know if I'm square, framing square will tell you the story. If I can get it in the position one-handed. So then I can check my framing square even. I can put that on my center mark, and I can reference that with my cross mark. I'm right on the money. So now I've got 3 things telling me that if I start here and stay on my marks, that I'll be straight and square. So those are a couple of tips that I like to do when I'm laying out, you guys. Also, you could even go as far as to check this. The old carpenters used to call it the 3-4-5. The 3-4-5 is, and I've already made the mark, so I didn't have to do it on video. The 3-4-5 is you pull 3 feet from this point, make a mark. You pull 4 feet from your other cross point this way, which is there, make a mark. And I'm going to burn an inch again so that we get an exact reading. If I put 1 inch on that cross point, come on this end, it should say 61. So boom. So I've got 4 things telling me that my lines are dead on. Don't ever start tiling until you know that your lines are on point and that you can verify they're good. Nothing is worse than putting a floor in that's twisted. So take your time on layout. Try to come up with a few different reference points. Get creative to be able to measure off of other solid things to make sure that your floor is going to come out really nice. Your prep is it's a solid foundation to a tile job. but also layouts up there with it. Your layout's got to be on point. So take your time, make your lines nice and visible. Make sure your layout's all square and you'll be good to go.